If you're an artist or a musician, becoming a millionaire is simple. Yeah, right, Manifest. Maybe back in the day it was. I never said it was easy, but it is simple. You just need to think differently than these other artists and musicians out there. Most artists use their phone as a distraction as a consumer instead of a creator. But these artists are mindlessly scrolling TikTok and Instagram, just frying their brain cells and comparing themselves to other people, which is the worst thing you can do. I'm not gonna lie. I've compared myself to some people, but you gotta stop it. But if you start using your smartphone correctly, you can put yourself in a position of success while others as a disadvantage. So you might be thinking, how do you take advantage of these incredible opportunities out there? Well, I put together 4 tips for becoming a millionaire musician. Tip number 1, realizing there is so much freaking opportunity out there for artists and musicians. You really have to see it and believe it for yourself that in the 21st century, there is opportunity. You have to take responsibility for your music career instead of wasting early years comparing and making excuses. But I know that's not you, and it's definitely not me. Even as a younger artist, I knew it was possible to make music a full-time career. Do you believe that? I saw other artists performing in front of thousands, making a ton of money. And instead of getting angry or jealous at these other artists and look at them as competitors, I looked at them as collaborators and how I could learn from them. Anyone who was better than me, I was always asking them questions, soaking up everything from writing better songs to industry contacts to even marketing. I remember hanging out with one of my mentors, Trevor from 1,000 Foot Krutch. I got to be and connect with higher level conversations in the music business because of that relationship. Otherwise, I'd never be around it. And it started by me just going to shows instead of waiting for someone to discover me in my mom's basement. But when you start to see all the opportunity and put yourself in front of it and get in the rooms, you get connected to the real movers and shakers in the music business. Think about TikTok and the early artists who adopted this platform when it first came out and got all that free organic traffic. Just like this one artist who posted his song 35 times and then it finally went viral.
I want to talk about this because I saw this comment and it made me self-conscious and I almost deleted the video. And the next day it got over 200,000 views on the For You page. The video I posted that went viral got 4 million views. It was the 35th time that I posted that song. So if you're a creator and you're chasing something, keep going and don't worry about this. If I had stopped on the 34th time, I would have played myself.
Before we move on, are you willing to promote your song and post it 35 times? Let me know in the comments. But when you start to see all the opportunity and you put yourself in front of it and get in the rooms and you get connected to the right people, your life is going to change. You don't have to sell out or dance to be on TikTok or to go viral on any platform. You can be the authentic you and sharing your voice. I made one lyric card yesterday and it reached over 4,200 followers. 217 of them had never heard of me before, and that was completely free by thinking and creating. Tip number 2, focus. I want you to imagine you're holding a magnifying glass and you're trying to burn through a piece of paper. But if you don't hold it steady and focus on one spot and you keep moving it around, you'll never harness the power of the sun to burn through that paper because you keep moving it around and you're not staying focused on that one little spot. Well, it's the same thing with artists and musicians. You're never gonna have your breakthrough if you jump from genre to genre or from social media platform to the next one. So you never burn through and have your breakthrough. So you need to follow one course until successful. Stick with one thing until you make it and you blow it up. Tip number 3, stop trying and start doing. A try is a fail every time. A lot of people say that, the reason people have a plan B is because they weren't committed to plan A. And if plan A is your music dream, I don't want you to have a plan B. There shouldn't be a way out. It's either fly or die, baby. I remember when I quit my job. Then I asked my boss for leave of absences so I could leave for a time to go on tour. And then I finally quit my job. It was a process. I was committed. I talk about this in my book, Fighter: 5 Keys to Conquering Fear and Reaching Your Dreams. Get it on Audible. terrible. I caught myself comparing myself to an artist who had been writing songs for TV and film for like 4 or 5 years. And I'd been doing it for maybe 6 months to a year. And I'm like, oh, why am I not successful yet? It's because I hadn't put in the reps. I hadn't put in the time. You know, we underestimate how much effort it takes. I say to a lot of artists sometimes, like, you write 10 songs and you record 10 songs, when really you should write 100 songs and then record the 10 out of those. Well, it's the same thing for me for TV and film. If you are really committed and you want to blow it up, you need to have a long-term game plan. If you're gonna go to radio, you don't go to radio with 1 song unless you're planning to go to radio for 3 songs. And I say 3 songs because the first song to radio knocks on the door. The second song cracks the door open and gets your foot in it. And in the third song, that's when you might have your full breakthrough. Because a lot of these industry people, they just want to see if you're squawkers or not. Like, a lot of artists will email me or want to reach out for something or even a collaboration, and it blows my freaking mind they only send 1 email. And it's totally unprofessional, and they always have some large attachment, which I just delete right away. But I'm always inspired by those that follow up and send a second email, and a third email, and a 4th email, and are relentless for their career. And I want to ask you, so just be honest in the comments, have you only sent 1 email? Have you followed up with that person you want to work with that's so important to you, but it's not that important, so you only send 1 email or 1 DM and then you never follow up? The fortunes are in the follow-up, my friends. I talk about this on the Spotify challenge. Go to 10xyourfanbase.com, sign up and get a VIP ticket so I can train you and you can ask me questions for a full week. Tip number 4, leveraging new technology. Really what you need to be leveraging is the AI, the algorithm. There's the YouTube algorithm where you're watching this video. YouTube is really literally watching right now to see how long you watch this video, whether you like it, share, whether you subscribe. And I really appreciate if you do that, because it tells the algorithm to share this video out. It's collecting data right now, the longer you watch, to say, wow, is this a good video or is it not a good video, based on the behavior. And if it's good and the thumbnail is good, then YouTube will show this out. And this is the same thing with your music on YouTube, whether your thumbnail is good, whether your title's good, and of course, whether the music video or lyric video, or of course, the song is good. It's collecting all that data. The AI, the algorithm, the machine is learning. And it's not just doing that on YouTube, it's doing it on Spotify, you know, based on skip rate, save rate, share rate, you know, listen through rate, and whether they listen to it again, all that stuff, right? And if you're not capitalizing on that, because that is the best marketing. And it's important to do that, to get data at the beginning, but then when the algorithm starts working it, it shares my videos and gets my music in front of people 10 times more than I could ever spend on advertising. The last thing is ChatGPT and the AI and all the software with the AI that's out there now. And one of the softwares I love is ChatGPT. I'll use it for writing emails and rewriting emails. I'll use it for songwriting. I've been using ChatGPT to say, hey, give me some words that rhyme with this and give me some ideas about this topic. And it's like, boom, I'm just like, my songwriting is getting quicker and it's getting better. And that gives me an advantage over other songwriters. It's not gonna write the melodies. It's not gonna rap it for it. It's not gonna record it for me. And of course, I have to feed it ideas, but the point is, if you're not leveraging these new technologies, you're going to be left behind.